Hi everybody, and welcome to the End Channel video blog. And today what I want to do is something a little bit offbeat than my normal routine. And that is, I want to make a beer bottle opener. So what I decided to do is repurpose a key. And this key has two purposes, opening up panels and opening up beers. So I'm going to make this a dedicated beer bottle opener, as I don't think you should be mixing the two together. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking the wood and I'm just turning around. Now I should be using a rough and gouge, but I don't have access to one at the moment. So what I'm using is a round scraper, and it's working fairly well. Not the best tool for the job, but it does a damn decent job. And the wood I'm turning here is actually rosewood, and it's pretty unique. I'd never understood why they called it rosewood until you actually start turning it, and you actually smell it. It's a very floral smell on it. So now that I got it down round, I'm actually beginning to shape the profile of the actual handle. And right now I just decided to throw a ball on it. But the actual main profile I developed through developing a series of screwdrivers for myself. I bought a kit from Lee Valley of screwdriver shanks, and I just kept making handles until I found something that really was comfortable for me. So, and that's where the main part of the handle comes from. I just find it really contours nicely to my hand, and it's really comforting over extended use of time. And so just, once again, just going over the general shape with a round scraper. Now, the rosewood, back on the floral notes, I had to look this up, but they actually use it to make perfume. Chanel does it a lot, and they use the rosewood to actually generate the smell. So it's pretty cool that it actually comes from that, that background that someone thought about, this smells good, let's actually turn it into something. Way beyond me, but there's some people out there with some amazing thought processes. And so now, right now, I'm just getting a look at this when it's stopped, and I just want to get the brass ferrule fitted on. So what I'm going to do is use my my square scraper, and I'm just going to be generating a nice square profile to actually put the brass ferrule on. And the inner diameter of the brass ferrule is 7/8 of an inch. So I think that's about 22 millimeters for people that prefer metric. And I'm just going through a series of tools because unfortunately it's just too close to the tailstock, so I had to move it back, and now I'm just sanding it into perfect form. And now I'm just going to be backing off the tailstock and checking it out. And the brass ferrule did fit nicely, I just need to extend it a little bit, so I'm just going to flare it out at the back so that way it actually extends itself and just gets a really nice taper fit to the actual profile of the handle. So now to actually permanently mount this on, what I'm going to be doing is just tapping it on with a dead blow, and that's what's holding it on. It's just a friction fit. You could take it off and put an epoxy on it, but what's the point if it works well? And there won't be a lot of shrinking in this wood, or swelling I should say, because it'll have a nice coat on it, plus it's been curing for well over a couple of years. I bought this chunk of wood from Exotic Woods in Burlington, local wood store. Never been in there, and it's one of those stores, don't go in because you'll spend all your money. Everything there is extremely beautiful and extremely expensive. So now I just want to get a little bit more of a feel of the way this is going. So this is one of the sanding stages. And like I said, one of them, it's just I like to actually see where the handle is before I actually make sure it's in its final place. Now there's some things I really don't like about it right now, and that is the sphere at the back. I like how it's beginning to take form, but it's not perfectly round yet, so it's going to be a lot of going back and forth on that. As far as the handle goes, it's pretty well to my grip, and I'm really liking that, and the brass is just polishing up beautifully. And I'm just going to take down the length of this and just using a parting tool to do that. Now just boring it out for the actual tool to fit in for the actual beer bottle opener. And now just continue working on that sphere that I was mentioning that I wasn't hugely fond of. And just using a skew to actually accomplish that. And just going back and forth and working as much as I can. And now I'm using a square scraper, and I'm just burning in a couple lines just to give it a little bit more distinction on it. Now my screwdrivers, I don't do this because any extra little lines or anything like that, it's going to add extra stress points on your hands, I find. But for something that you're going to be using for 4 seconds at most, it's not a big deal. So it's just, once again, for that aesthetic look. And it's really beginning to take form, as you can see. I think once we put on some wax, you'll actually be really impressed with how this thing actually polishes up. But just smoothing out that sphere, trying to get it as round as possible. I should have actually busted out the vernier and tried to get it perfect, but I was just hoping to get this done in a short amount of time. Now the reason why I was trying to get this done in a short amount of time is just I have a lot on my plate with my TR project and all that stuff, and this is just sort of a little break, as well as just a quick video for YouTube. And I'm actually giving this away as a gift. That's pretty well how this started. I just thought I would make a really nice gift for people to actually know what it is, would actually find some appreciation in it. And as you can see, I'm just putting on some paste wax there, and I had a little bit of a mistake there. I let go and it actually gripped around the workpiece and started spinning. It could have been extremely dangerous, but luckily I didn't get hurt, and I'm going to learn from this mistake and actually shorten up the cloth or use something that would tear, because a lot could have went wrong there. But as long as we learn from our mistakes, I think it's worthwhile. And so now what I want to do is actually take this off, because I feel like everything is just beginning to form really nicely. So just using the skew to get that ball close to the end, and then I'll be using a hacksaw to take off the final little bit. And just a quick little zoom by that you can't see. It's 8 times the speed on this, and there's the finished product. And as you can see, it looks pretty good for a piece of scrap metal lying around the shop, and the rosewood just polished it up very nicely. Hey everybody, hopefully you enjoyed the end product. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.